Welcome back to Movie Stuff with Derrick Fury. And Alec Baldwin may be the greatest actor ever. Why? Because I just watched his monologue from Glengarry Glen Ross.
Put that coffee down. Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. The first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado.
Now, a little history. Glengarry Glen Ross was initially a play written by David Mamet. It won a Pulitzer Prize in 1984 and was nominated for 4 Tonys. He wrote the screenplay for Hoffa, Hannibal, The Untouchables, and of course the jiu-jitsu film Red Belt. Shout out to my jiu-jitsu brother David Mamet. Us! James Foley, who directed this film, also directed films like The Corruptor, starring Chow Yun-fat and Mark Wahlberg. More recently, he's directed 50 Shades Freed and 50 Shades Darker. But in 1992, he made this small little film about real estate salesmen. It also starred Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Alan Arkin, Ed Harris, and Kevin Spacey. This is a murderer's row of actors, especially for that time. This movie was billed on the weight of its actors.
Starring Academy Award winners Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, and Kevin Spacey. Academy Award nominees Ed Harris and Alan Arkin.
And then, of course, it says,
and Alec Baldwin.
And with Alec Baldwin.
Ain't that a
Well, I don't know if Alec Baldwin had a grudge, but he showed up to play. Alec Baldwin went into a room full of killers and pulled out his pair of, laid them on the table, and said,
"Let's rock."
And to put this in perspective, in 1992, Alec Baldwin was best known for his roles in the primetime soap opera Knots Landing and the film Beetlejuice. And when I say Alec Baldwin ran away with this movie, it's an understatement. Alec Baldwin is in one scene, and he is the most memorable thing. This is truly an example of seizing the day. For everyone who has not seen Glengarry Glen Ross, I guarantee you have heard the statement.
Coffee's for closers.
If you haven't heard people say that, you've seen the t-shirt, you've seen the poster. Somehow, some way, you've come in contact with the phrase.
Coffee's for closers.
Now let's get into it.
Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. You think I'm f***ing with you? I am not f***ing with you.
If you have a boss and your boss is speaking to you and he starts enunciating words clearly,
I am not f***ing with you.
Go find another job. It's a wrap where you're at. Notice the laughter from Jack Lemmon. He doesn't know how to respond to this. He thinks it's a joke.
I'm here from downtown. I'm here from Mitch and Murray.
On a side note, to this day, if I'm having a disagreement with someone and they ask me something ridiculous like, who do you think you are? I always say, I'm from downtown.
I'm here from Mitch and Murray.
They just look at me like I'm crazy, but it's fun.
I don't gotta listen to this shit. You certainly don't, pal, because the good news is you're fired. The bad news is you've got just 1 week to regain your job, starting with tonight. Starting with tonight's sit. Oh, have I got your attention now? Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is a set of steak knives.
That's a pretty big drop-off.
Third prize is you're fired.
No, well, there you go.
You get the picture? You laughing now? You got leads. Mitch and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
Now, a lot of people can't relate to what's going on because they've never seen this before. They've never seen an environment like this, a bullpen of salesmen like this. The writer, David Mamet, had experience working in an environment like this, much like I have. So I can attest that Alec Baldwin right now might be a slightly heightened version of this guy, but this guy is out there. This guy is leading sales teams all the time, and it's not that exaggerated.
What's your name?
You! That's my name! You know why, mister? Because you drove a Hyundai to get here tonight. I drove an $80,000 BMW. That's my name.
Yeah, you don't want to crack wise in the meeting that this guy is leading. When this guy gets on a roll, trust me, nobody wants to raise their hand.
What's the problem, pal? You, Moss. You're such a hero. You're so rich. How come you're coming down here and waste your time with such a bunch of bums?
You see this watch? You see this watch?
Yeah.
That watch costs more than your car. I made $970,000 last year. How much you make?
One more time.
I made $970,000 last year. How much you make?
That's the look of a man who made significantly less.
You know what it takes to sell real estate? It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Told you. But we started the scene with Jack Lemmon's character laughing. And right now, at this moment, he's trying to hide the tears that are welling in his eye. It's so good.
And you know what you'll be saying? Bunch of losers sitting around in the bar. Oh, yeah, I used to be a salesman. It's a tough racket.
And I just love that little gag. He raises the imaginary cup so nonchalantly, as if to say, you lousy salesmen aren't even worth me committing to this bid I'm doing right now. You're a waste of my time. I'm just trying to get out of here. Mitch and Murray sent me. I'm going through the motions. You're never going to be anything. It's just brilliant.
And to answer your question, pal, why am I here? I came here because Mitch and Murray asked me to. They asked me for a favor. I said, the real favor, follow my advice and fire your because a loser is a loser.
Well, there you have it. Now, that's a cut-up version. That's not the entire monologue in its fullness. In closing, this is a movie that depicts a day in the life of real estate salesmen. This is not a sexy topic. The pitch on this would be completely boring, but the performance given are all brilliant, hands down. And I really challenge everyone who's a fan of movies in general. If you just passively like films, watch this movie in its entirety. You'll come away with a greater appreciation for cinema in general. Is Alec Baldwin the greatest actor of all time? I don't know, but I will say he was the greatest actor in this film. And that's saying a lot. And if you want to see a great movie, you can watch my movie, Lion Killer, right now on Amazon Prime and Tubi. And after you do that, make sure you go to Amazon, IMDb, and Rotten Tomatoes and leave a review. And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like this video, share it, subscribe, and of course, smash that bell so you can get notified whenever I drop new videos. Once again, this is Derrick Fury. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.